But if I sat at home waiting for the perfect client to show up, that doesn't happen. That's like the perfect man showing up. That's like the perfect woman showing up. It doesn't happen. I'm going, I am your dream man, and I am here to sweep you off your feet. Doesn't happen, Tina. That doesn't happen. I waited for years. That does not happen, Bettina. And that doesn't happen. They don't go like this. You got to go find them. We are sabotaging unconsciously by our mindset saying, we can't, they can't afford, I can't do it, right? We're hanging on to our money. We're hanging on to it like scarcity. If I'm hanging on to it as scarcity, then I'm not allowing abundance to come. If I'm hanging on to my scarcity, I'm not allowing my abundance to come. Yes?
Yes.
We closed 5 deals last week. 5 deals. From having nothing and being like, everybody, nobody has money, to we had one conversation, our 30-minute conversation, our pre-call, got her clear that her mindset was sabotaging her because she was afraid. See, your fear leads us to believe that where we are is a safe place and going forward is a risk. But the truth is, we're always at risk when we're standing still, risk of stagnating, but more importantly, risk of missing out on our own destiny. So I want us to look that fear is stopping us from all the greatness, from love, from affinity, from the relationships, to clients, to investors, to possibility, right? I want you to get clear about what is your calling and what is your divine calling. But first, it starts with that we deserve to have financial abundance. It's your birthright. It's my birthright. It's not for some of us. It's for all of us. It's not for some of us, it's for all of us. And it starts with a belief. There's no agreement. There was no agreement in my childhood. There was no agreement in my family. There was no agreement that I should be where I'm at right now. We were broke and broken as a family. Yeah, if you don't know, Sam is my niece, and Sam is nodding her head. Sam will tell you it's real, right? So luckily, our generation elevated a little bit, but there's still like, there was no agreement that I should be a multimillionaire. So it's not your vocation. It's not your family. It's not your husband or your husband. It's not your sister or your brother. It's not your community. My community was broken. I chose something different. I worked on my mindset. I changed my belief system. I surrounded myself. Look at the 5 people you're hanging around with. The 5 people that you're spending the most time with. Are they elevating you or are they dragging you down? Are they your sinker or are they your balloons? You can't have the sinkers. The sinkers are sabotaging you. So I just want to have a clarity conversation, so we're clear to go, who am I spending my time with? I choose to spend time with people that pour into me and I pour into them, that I can go to, that I can glean from, that I can learn from. So I want you to protect this space and really do, I always like to do inventory to go, are these people supporting me? Or are these people hurting me? I had to have a conversation with one of my closest friends. She was Negative Nelly and always gossiping and complaining about somebody. I said, look, I love you and I can't be in this conversation anymore. I can't spend time with you anymore. So either you've got to work on that or I can't. You guys have people like that in your life where it's just exhausting. And you're like, I can't fix you. You have to fix yourself. Like in my early coaching days, Deborah, I wanted to coach everybody, right? I coach them, I'll fix them. I'm too old for that now. I want you to be your own rescue. I want you to be your own rescue. Narelle, good to see you. Hi, my friend. I love you. It's my birthday month. So I'm going to have a birthday party at my, I'm just saying, it's my birthday month. There's lots of great things happening. And I'm not telling you how old I am. I'm 56. I don't care. So our speakers for this last Make It Rain, we've had amazing speakers throughout this whole Make It Rain. Has it not been juicy? I guess it's been juicy. So we had Esther, and I'll talk about what she talked about. Stephen and Sanjay, they were the bomb.com. Regina Diane talking about our finances. Lee Ricker about building a multi-million-dollar business. Elise talking about you as leader and causing results in your life, causing shift in your life. All the speakers that we've had through both Make It Rains, because some of you came to all of them, which I'm really impressed, right? And at the Big Money Business Summit, we're gonna do it all again, but we're gonna do it all again with new topics, right? New conversations, going a little bit deeper. We've got an amazing, 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 crazy lineup for you. Amazing 3 days for you, right? Lots of interaction for you, lots of breaks. Apparently that's what I hear, Charlotte. You gotta give people breaks. Breaks and breakouts, right? So I'm gonna be talking about building multi-million-dollar business. What's the roadmap? You know, so you have the roadmap. You're gonna be meeting students that are gonna drop some nuggets, right? Because I believe that it takes a tribe and a village. It's not just me. It takes a tribe and a village to allow us to grow, because you have to see yourself. You'll see yourself, pieces of you in me, and you'll see pieces of you in Rita, you'll see pieces of you in Sam, and piece of you in Helice, and that represents the whole, right? But you need to see yourself. You need to hear their stories. Their stories are just as impactful as my stories. So that I know, I remember this lady named Ann Bow, and she wrote this book, The Power of Your Network. Right now, I used to be afraid to talk to strangers. Did not like talking to strangers. I had to learn how to talk to strangers. I had to learn how to network. I didn't want to go to no networking party. I didn't want to talk to strangers. Anybody like me? Don't make me talk to the strangers. In all fairness, I'm still kind of like that. I like to go places with Narelle, because Narelle doesn't know a stranger. She can talk to anyone, anywhere, any place, anytime, about any subject, and then she'll bring me into the conversation. Oh, do you know my friend Susie? Let me tell you about her. That's her gift. Genius, 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 right? And so Ann Bow wasn't the most beautiful woman, wasn't the most articulate woman, and she was standing in front of 500 people speaking. And I watched people in awe of her and her story, and I saw myself. I saw myself because I was scared, and I was afraid to talk to strangers, and I wasn't packaged like I'm packaged now, right? I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know how to play the game, right? And so I wanted to be accepted and loved. Am I talking to anybody here? Is it just me? Because I need to see that. I'm talking to you, right? To go, oh, if she can do it, I have my judgment about who she was, what she looked like, what she did. If she can do it, I can do it, right? So throughout this whole relationship, I want to keep bringing you people so you see your genius and you see yourself. I need you to see somebody, Helice's story, and Bettina can go, if Helice can do it, I can do it, right? If Charlotte can do it, I can do it. Because it's not going to be all about Susie. I want you to see that people take radical action. When you meet Dr. Alana, people take radical action. When you meet Jose, radical action to go, oh, every person I'm bringing to you, not only because they're phenomenal in business, they're also phenomenal students. They're also phenomenal students. They got where they are because they do what they do. I'm a great leader because I'm a great student, right? Helice and I have been together for 25 years. I'm her student. She's my student. To go, oh, who are you kneeling at the feet to get the lessons? And whoever you're kneeling to, make sure they do the lessons, right? Because we all have those leaders that their tongue in their mouth and their tongue in their shoe are going in a different direction. What they say and who they be are completely different. Have you seen leaders like that? I believe right now we're seeing them. We're seeing people's character rise and fall. We're seeing people who have said things for a year and all of a sudden they disappeared, or they're not addressing things. I've gotten so much pushback from my post, the one that had the ugly cry, Charlotte, the ugly cry post that I did. Did you not see that? So I did an ugly cry. I got a lot of pushback, which was interesting. And I wasn't saying that white people were racist. I came to say, it's time we speak up. If you see something, say something. You know, I have dealt with racism for 35 years. My children are African American. And as a white woman raising Black children, I've had to deal with the white community and I've had to deal with the Black community. And so I was standing as a sister in this journey going, it's real, right, Bettina? It is real, right, Charlene? It is real. And there's still some Caucasian people that aren't addressing that it's real. It's like, you're saying all white people are racist. No, I'm not. I'm saying I've experienced it on both sides. Like, it's real. And so where are our leaders? Where are we standing up and showing up to just say, I'm in solidarity, I'm in unification, I'm here, I'm a stand, I'm committed. This is my house. This is my house. This is my people. This is my tribe, right? From my children to my clients, to my sisters, to my brothers, to go, how do we come together and stand together, and are they walking the talk? So when you look at your calling, are you walking your talk? When Dr. Ali shares her story about her building her business, when I first met her, she was coaching entrepreneurs on how to build a business, but she didn't have a business. She was a doctor. being a doctor. I'm like, where's your credibility? No disrespect. You have huge credibility as being a doctor, but let's prove who you are first. Where do you have expertise? That's where her autism came from, because she supports moms who want to be entrepreneurs, who are artistic mothers. There's a whole niche there. I'm like, that's your niche. Don't go teach something that you have no credibility in, right? So when I look at your divine calling, when I look at what your purpose is, what is your area of expertise? All areas of expertise. All areas of expertise. Does that make sense? I want you to look at, there's other geniuses that you have, that it might be time to look at, what's my next calling? What's my next purpose? How do I be in this time, in this community, in this environment, in this obstacle, in this challenge? We rise from our challenges, yes? We rise from our challenges. There's a gift that you have that you uniquely bring, right, to our communities. It could just be your voice. It could just be your intellect. It could be, I was talking to Charlotte, and Charlotte, I wasn't saying that we're going to change racism in one class, right? When I said bring experts together, I said bring experts together, white, Black, Hispanic, to talk about. And I appreciate Charlotte, because she says, sometimes you say racist things, and I'm so conscious. I'm like, I do? What do I say? I don't know, right? You don't know what you don't know. But I want my sister to tell me, don't leave me out there looking like a ding dong, right? Don't have me look like a ding dong, because I don't know what I'm saying. And people are just going, there's another white girl saying what she's saying. Luckily, Charlotte loves me enough that she's like, look, let's talk about it. But I had to be brave enough to ask. So I think there's a change, Charlotte, that you bring to the world that just needs a conscious conversation. Just a conscious conversation, which therefore then, I gave your name. So I want to show you how Tribe works. So remember that unicorn club I belong to? I've been talking about you all weekend, Charlotte. Is all the scary people who own, 9, 10 figure businesses, right? And so I'm the baby of the group, right? So I come in and they've been established for a while. And so we start having this conversation about, this is what Bettina, Deborah, Charlene, this is what happened in our white world right now. They're all texting me. What do I say? You know what to say. What do I say? How do I say it? I want to be politically correct. I'm like, okay, if I was in trouble, wouldn't you just say, I'm here for you? Like, what does it matter what color people's skin is? Just say, I'm here for you, right? But people need to know what to say, Charlotte. This tribe over here, this color over here, they need a straight conversation, conscious conversations. So get a panel of experts together, do a webinar series to talk about conscious conversations, because the white people don't know how to ask. How do I ask? What do I say? And not be misconceived or misconstrued as I'm jumping on a bandwagon. I truly care, right? There's so much opportunity to finally bring awareness, to finally say your voice without being, well, we'll always be judged. Look, I was judged. Someone told me something I was ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Okay. You can say it's ridiculous. So does that make sense, Charlotte, what I was saying? How many of you, that would be a juicy conversation that you would love to attend, to go, that is one of Charlotte's expertise, is really bringing that divide, coming together, having these real conversations. I'm calling them conscious conversations because it's a little less harsh, right? People can hear it more and go, oh, I want to be in a conscious conversation, right? You got to sell the sexy. You got to sell the sizzle. Don't sell just the steak. Some of you are just selling the steak, going, I got a steak. Nobody cares. You got to sell the sizzle. I got some piping hot, delicious, juicy, conscious conversations about what's going on in the world. That's the sizzle. The steak is, let's talk about racism. You say that, people don't want to talk about that. They're like, oh, I guess funny how people are either running towards it or running away from it. Yes? Right? Do you guys see that? So there's an opportunity. I just see money everywhere. Y'all, I see money everywhere. There's money everywhere. You see that? So let me go back to make it rain. That was just my side note to share, like so I was saying, here's how our tribe works. So I was talking about Charlotte all weekend, right? Here's our website. Here's who she's in. She's in our tribe. She can lead this conversation, right? And to go, okay. So, and they're nervous to go, you never know who's talking about you over the weekend. You never know who's talking about you over dinner. Be consistent, the tongue in your mouth, the tongue in your shoe. I was talking about Helice too in that same conversation. So let's bring diversity. Let's bring a little white lady, right? Let's have her talk about acknowledgement and love and acknowledging people, because some people don't want to have a hard conversation. So let's go at it this angle. Let's go at this angle. What angle can we go at it, right? So all people can be served. Juicy? Yes. So Matt talked about stopping the scroll. Dr. Allie talked about, and if you don't remember any of these, you can go into the Facebook group and you can go back and listen to these, right? So turning your side hustle into your dream. She built a 6-figure business while holding down a full-time doctor job, right? So while holding down her full-time physician job and having an autistic son, right? And being a single mom, building a 6-figure side hustle, right? So now I'm trying to have her release her doctor job so she can do her side hustle, because she's making more now as her side hustle than she is as a physician. So that's just delicious, yes? We're weaning her out of that job to get her into her calling and her possibility, right? Then Natalie's going to talk about turning social media into money in your pocket. So she talked about that and really leveraging our LinkedIn and social media and creating relationships, not just doing them as posts, but really being engaged. Mona Lisa talked about the 5 things advertising and how do you advertise, how do you leverage, how do you build an audience fast, right? But not just any audience, we need the right audience. I build an audience fast and have the right audience. We only have 12,000 people in our database. That's not a big database. So we did $1.3 million with 12,000 people in our database. How many of you want that? Right? We don't need a big database. You just need the right database. Write that down, circle, highlight, underline. I don't need a big one. I need a right one. But that takes playing full out. That takes hiring social media. That takes doing ads. That takes being radical. You got to be willing to be radical. Are you willing to be uncomfortable and be radical? Or do you want to try to build it safely? Nothing gets happened by staying in the background, watching and waiting. It's about putting yourself out there, getting yourself out there, and opportunities come, right? And then Helice did turbocharging your biggest asset, which is you. Helice Wave. Helice has been on every call. I'm so proud of her, right? And so at the Big Money Business Summit, we're going to be talking about the same things, but same, but different, right? We know that repetition, you can hear it one time, but we need to hear it at least 10 times before you take action. You'll hear it differently. Someone else will say it differently. You'll finally get it differently. I've been listening to several mentors that I've been following for years, and I'm just getting it. I'm getting it at a whole new level because I'm at a whole new level, right? I'm getting at a whole new level because I'm doing stuff differently. I'm implementing stuff differently. So Esther Graham talked about God's plan for you. What's your purpose, right? Whether you believe in God or not, I believe in God. A bunch of us are faith-based believers, but whatever you call it, I want you to find what is that thing that I am divinely known for, and how am I living into that, right? Living in your bliss. Even in Sanjay talked about finding your bliss, living in your bliss, and talking straight, damn it. That's the conversation we need to have. Just talk straight. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Say what you mean and mean what you say. And of course, I talked about the money, the 6 ways to generate income. And we gave so much content that some of you are going to look at these titles and go, I don't remember that. And that's okay. You don't have to remember it because we got it in the archive. You can go back to it if you want to go back to it. Right. And then how effective are you? We looked at time management, how to leverage your time. Regina and Diane talked about restructuring your finances and putting that in play. I talked about mastering change and being okay with change, right? On average, everybody has a change number, right? How many times they'll try something before they quit. Like some sports, I'll try it one time, and if I'm not good at it, I'll play. Like, it's so funny. Like, and some people do that in business, right? I'm going to try this one marketing thing one time, and then I'm not going to do it anymore. That didn't work, right? We see that all the time. That didn't work. Oh, I tried a Facebook ad. That didn't work. Oh, I tried boosting. That didn't work. Oh, I tried, that kind of clientele. That didn't work. Oh, I tried this. That didn't work. What's your number, right? So there's some things that I don't have a number. I'll just keep trying, right? Like my kids, being a mom, figuring that out, navigating hard conversations. I'm never giving up. Right? In some conversations, I'm one and done. I don't play that game. Right? It has to take a conscious effort. And then building a mega brand. Lee Rickner talked about building, she was working on a $3 billion deal. $3 billion deal she just negotiated. Billion with a B, between a B. It was a B. That's Bettina. B is for billions. Bettina's going into the billions, not the millions. That's chump change, right? And then looking at pivoting your business from online, offline, and what are the things that we need to do? What are the lead generators that we could leverage and pull the trigger on? And then Elise talked about leadership and managing change and managing where you're at and being the cause and the matter. So it was juicy time. Yes? Juicy? So I want to open it up for any questions because I just dumped a lot, right? That's the 30 minutes. It just went by like that for me. Went by fast for you or not fast for you. So if we have questions, so this call is just kind of wrapping those conversations and any conversations that came up for you around that. So anyone have any questions that you have or anything you want to address right now? Need coaching on anything? I'm looking at the screen so I can see. Any opportunities that are up that you don't know what to do with? So Charlotte, we'll go with you. Anyone else? Okay, Charlotte. Unmute yourself. There you go.
Hey, everybody. So, of course, my phone has been blowing up with everything on. It is a yay, but there's also a challenge with it. The challenge is not doing the superficial thing because people just want to appear as if they're doing something. And so I heard you say, give them the sizzle and then the meat. And there's been some occasions where people are putting me with other people. I'll agree to do something and then they'll move it around and it'll be 5 of us. And I know them personally and professionally, but I know we don't have the same philosophy. And I think my struggle is that I really want people to grow and heal. And I don't do the one-offs. I do long-term stuff where people really want to grow. So I'm personally struggling with these quick fixes people want, and that's not really the work that I do. And I actually did a conference this past Friday, and I gave the real deal about racism, and it was a majority Black conversation and conference attendees. And then some Black males came behind me and in another session, did the how you pull your hair back in a bun and present so you can be accepted to white people thing. And one of the hosts literally said, Charlotte's making me do too much. I need to follow the guys. And so it's the people want the quick fix. People want the easy way. People don't want to do the work, but I do the work. So I'm struggling. And I'm starting Susie, I don't think I've told you this yet, my group coaching, and I actually signed someone up yesterday.
Yay.
And I have a couple of people who yesterday I had like 4 or 5 sales calls. I've been selling, Susie.
I love it. I've been selling years.
I reprinted so I can have it right here. Your step question.
Yes.
So that's my question, if that made sense.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to speak to Charlotte, but I'm speaking to us all. Yes? Where's your hand? So you're in agreement that I'm coaching Charlotte, but I'm coaching you. So I want you to listen. I don't want you to check out. Because sometimes when coaches answer somebody else's question, you're like, okay, that doesn't pertain to me. It doesn't matter what her topic is, right? The reality is we all need clients, yes? And whenever we speak, all clients aren't our clients, yes? So all clients are not your clients. So when I look at any opportunity I have to speak, I don't have to agree with everyone. I need to be the change I want to see in the world. I need to be consistent. What that opportunity is doing is exposing me to new markets, exposing me to new people. Because you never know when a Jennifer will be on a call. You'll never know when a Rita will be on a call. You'll never know when Bettina will be on a call. You'll never know when Dr. Helice is on a call. You'll never know when somebody who can hire you is on a call in a training in the environment. So you never know. So you don't change who you are. I am a disruptor. So I'm usually the person, people are either scared of me or drawn to me. I either freak people out, which is what you do, Charlotte. You either freak them out or they love you. And I'm fine. They don't have to like me. I'm here to cause transformation. I'm not here to be liked. Business is not a quick fix, but everybody just wants to make money. Literally, people will go, okay, how am I going to make money? Okay, I'm not doing you. Like I was talking to Jose. So Jose's in our boot camp. Jose is our stylist. And she goes, well, I'm waiting. This is the cutest thing ever. I want to show a real life example of what people expect. Like boot camp, GLP, one-on-one consulting. I don't care what program you're in with me. Sometimes people come and expect sprinkle fairy dust, right? And that's what you're speaking to. So she had done all the homework. She's been consistent. She's been homeschooling, right? So she's homeschooling kids, running her business. And she goes, but Susie, I'm just kind of waiting. I'm like, honey, what are you waiting for? Well, the money to happen. I'm like, okay, well, how many sales calls are you on? She's like, what? How many times speaking? How many sales calls are you on? Right? What are you doing to generate leads? Oh, I haven't had any of that. Okay, well, it's not going to magically happen just because you put your business plan together. It's not going to magically happen because we wrote our marketing plan together. Now you have to get on calls. Now you have to call people. Now you have to go speak. Now in speaking, I'm going to find that percentage of the audience, which is about 25% of the audience, is interested. Not necessarily buyers, interested. Especially when it's a rando group. You'll have 10 to 20% that are interested. Our job is to be consistent, be who we are, so that then they want to pick up the phone, they want to email you, they want to sign up for your lead generator so that you can get them into your funnel so you can start having a relationship with those people, not all people. Because listen, whatever topic that you're speaking to, there are people who want to take action, and there are people, that's again, their character are either on or off. Tongue in their mouth, tongue in their shoe, right? So the gentleman, the tongue in their shoe and the tongue in their mouth, we're not going in the same direction. Putting it in my hair in a bun is not going to have me speak to white people, right? It's not going to make a difference. So,
not you, but me.
That's what I mean, you. Like, that's not going to make a difference for me, right? It's acceptance, it's unity, it's your business can help my business. That's what we want to hear, right? Not your look. The bigger the hair, I have more respect for you, right? Like, your hair is hot. That's my little hairdresser coming out, right? The funkier, the funner, So I want you to hear that it's marketing. That's all it is. It's marketing. You be consistent. You be your brand. You push them to your lead generator. The lead generator will convert them into, so right now they're just possibility. The lead generator will convert them into clients that will get them on the phone call with you so that you can have a conversation. So then you can do the long-term work, but they got to find you. Listen, when you look at the television show, like that all that stuff I did was a lead generator. They found me, right? I don't know where they originally saw me. I don't know if they saw me on a summit. I don't know if they just saw they had to find me somewhere, right? They had to see me somewhere, experience me somewhere, then to go do their due diligence and go find me. But if I sat at home waiting for the perfect client to show up, that doesn't happen. That's like the perfect man showing up. That's like the perfect woman showing up. It doesn't happen. I'm going, I am your dream man, and I am here to sweep you off your feet. Doesn't happen, Tina. That doesn't happen. I waited for years. That does not happen, Bettina. And that doesn't happen. They don't go like this. You got to go find them. So we have to put ourselves out there in crazy situations. I've done some crazy training. Sam has been with me. We're like, why are we here? I don't know why we're here. Why did I spend all this money to fly you out, fly me out, do this training? It sucked. It was awful. But I don't know. Maybe they found me there. I don't know. Maybe somebody saw me there, referred them here. Maybe somebody saw me there, referred me there. So it's marketing. So just look at it as marketing. We're not going to change the whole world. We're going to change the world bit by bit, conversation by conversation. You be consistent, right? Helice has been doing this little blue ribbon for 40 years. 40 years. Holding this blue ribbon. People thought she was cuckoo. People thought it was just about these little blue ribbons. People are like, what's up with this lady? 40 years she's been consistent, committed, not attached, committed to making a difference, and she's spoken with the most amazing speakers in the world. The who's who. You name any who's who, she's probably been on the stage with them, probably been on the platform with her. Her brand is international because she just keeps putting herself out there. And now she's learning how to monetize it as a business. At first, it was my passion, my soul work. And I'm like, girl, we got to pay you. You don't get paid, we can't keep doing this work. You got to get paid, right? You got to get paid so we can keep doing the work. Bettina, you got to get paid to do the work. Delise, you got to get paid to do the work. Zena, we got to get paid to keep doing the work. That's our divine calling, right? We can't just keep putting it out there. What'd you hear in that, Charlotte?
I need to not worry about what's happening around me when I do these events with other people, or even if the host, that I need to genuinely be where I am in my journey and what I'm doing, and to speak to the people who connect with me.
So let me ask you a radical question. And again, I'm talking to Charlotte, but I'm talking to you. So if you had the balls to say what you wanted to say to the host, what would you have said?
What I did, well, I typed it because I was watching. It wasn't a back and forth Zoom. I literally just explained, yes, I am doing the things that change systems so that we fit and can have value add. They were talking about how you change to be a culture fit for a system. They are different. You're absolutely right.
Perfect. That's a disruptor. That's it. He's trying to get agreement, alignment. You like me, right, Bettina? That is a disruptor. To go, hold up, wait a minute, right? I got introduced one time, and this guy went, let me introduce you to Susie Fields. She is a party lady, and she's going to teach to you today. I walked on that stage. I'm like, Bill, his name was Bill Pill. Bill, did you just say I'm party? That's how you're going to introduce me? Y'all, let me correct Bill, because what this looks like has nothing to do with the information you're going to get today. And so Bill's looking at me. I'm like, and next time, Bill, that's how you introduce me, right? Like, hold up. Like, let me check you right now, because Purdy doesn't, what is that? What did that have to do with anything, right? Like, to me, you were just insulting me. That wasn't a compliment, but whatever. Okay, let me just correct you. So I'm glad you said it. Like, that's being a disruptor. You're going to get noticed. You got to be seen, be heard to get paid. Not everyone's going to like us in this journey because we make them uncomfortable. Change is uncomfortable. What we're doing is uncomfortable. We are about changing people's lives, changing people's destiny, changing people's belief systems, right? Belief systems that have been inherited for generations and generations and generations. Right? My topic is the most boring topic on the planet. Poke your eye out with a needle. When people hear me, when I say I'm the profit coach, I'm going to talk about money, they're like, I don't want to talk about that. That's not fun. That's not. I have to make it funny. I have to make it fun. I have to be concise. I've got, there's a dance in this conversation to go, let's make business fun, right? This is fun. About this money. Money is fun. Y'all know my taglines, right? To go, I got to get you to fall in love with it. Right? You've got to get people to fall in love with this conversation of having carefrontation and having conscious conversations and having people be responsible, having your community be responsible. I have to make my community responsible all the time. To go, hello, McFly, like people saying I'm ridiculous. I'm not ridiculous. I've walked in these shoes. Don't call me ridiculous. Hold up. I've watched as my brothers and sisters have been judged and had experiences of not being served, not being looked in the eye. Like, no, don't tell me. No, we're not exaggerating as a community. This is real. So that's that style that gives me chills that you do.
Yes. Juicy.
Miss Bettina. Bettina's been going like, yes, yes, yes.
So I love Charlotte's take and how she was able to identify and explain the differences between what they were teaching and what she's teaching, and why those differences are vastly different, and why she deserves her place on whatever platform she's on. I'm in the exact same situation. People come to me for credit repair, right? But I do not just enroll them in that, because I believe my philosophy is negative entries on your credit report is a symptom.
Yeah.
So you have to enter into financial coaching, the part nobody wants to do. Nobody wants to do that part. They just want me to take the negative stuff off their credit, and they've heard I can do that well.
Yeah.
Right? But nobody wants to enter into the conversation of, no, I'm not just going to do that, because if I do that, you can easily become a repeat offender. Let me help you get this knowledge. Let's change some things. Let's change that cybernetic mechanism. Let's do that. Let's do the change on the inside. Let's change that thermostat setting so that we can make sure that you're not here again. And then that way you own the knowledge. And when you own the knowledge, you can teach your children. And when you teach your children, we change the world.
Yes.
That's my thought. My thought is, when your kids grow up in a way with knowledge of credit and finance that we just didn't have, then the future generations are improved for it. But that is not a popular conversation.
No, it's not. So you have to sell the sizzle.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at credit repair as the gateway to meeting your ideal client. Now, if I look at the gateway, I've got many gateways for my ideal client to find me. I do Make It Rain, right? I do these summits. I go and speak on stages. And I'm not selling consulting right away. I might sell, the book and the companion product. I might sell Bootstrap to Big Money. I might sell, which it's scratching the surface, right? But scratching the surface gets them inside your campus, gets them inside your community. Once they're in your community, then the cream will rise to the top, which are the people that want to have financial literacy, but they got to first feel safe. Your clients first have to feel safe with you in order to play with you, to invest in you. We have to give 10 times more than we get. Your social media is all about consciousness, awareness, building your dream life. It starts with your credit, but we want to build your dream life. You want to buy your dream home. You want to buy your dream car. You want to be debt free. Like, that's all sizzle. That's all sizzle. The stake is, let's fix your credit. Let's not be a repeat offender. Let's get a budget. Let's look at your finances. Let's look at what you're spending money on. Let's have that real conversation. How much are you wasting? How much are you keeping? Like, what's your financial system, right? That's the fun work. Credit repair is not fun, right? Discovery calls aren't necessarily fun. They're fun when you find the right person and they really get it. But how many frogs you got to kiss to get a prince, right, Cindy? Right, Cindy? Cindy's on discovery calls all day long, right? So Cindy works on our service team, and so she's talking to clients all day long to find the ones that want to come play long-term, that want to come play, build a business, that want to come play, build their dreams. Did I answer that question, Bettina? Yes, Juicy? So take yourself off mute for a minute. What'd you hear?
Did. You answered the question because you helped me see that I just need to get them to me, help them understand my language. And when they buy into my language, when they buy into what it takes to be here, then they'll get to all those other things. I just need to let them hear and understand my voice. That's what I heard.
Yes. Now, what I see bigger, like money's all around you. Say money's all around me.
Money's all around me.
Money's all around me. So let's do a video course on repairing your credit. Quit talking to people about repairing their credit. You want to repair your credit? Go buy this course for $900, $500, whatever the number is. We can make the number up. Go buy that course. Then you talk about credit. So then you're not having that boring conversation 100 times. You're like, go do that, then come here. Go do that, then come here. Go do that. We call that lost leaders. Every business has a lost leader. The thing that we don't necessarily like to do, it's not a big money maker, but it's a lead generator. It's just getting people in the door. It's getting people to feel your experience. Then you can talk about, in the video course, this isn't a one-time fix. I can fix your credit right now, but if you don't fix this, it's systemic. It'll happen again. And you can tell case study after case study after case study about where clients got out of bad debt or got out of bad credit, and then they found themselves a year later, 6 months later, 2 years later, right back where they are. If you don't fix this, you're never going to change. Look at generational, your grandmama, your parents, their parents, like that. Look around you. It's all around you. You got to change it. If you're ready to change it, then have a call with me.
Right.
Then that's the person you want to have a call with, because there'll be people like, I don't want to have a conversation. Great. I don't want to talk to you. I ain't got time for you. Let's weed out the weenies and only talk about people who are serious. And the only thing that you're talking to people about when they're serious, Bettina, is how will they fund it? Yeah. Now that's a conversation I love having. Yeah. And let's figure out how we'll fund it. We're either going to sell our way in it, we're going to finance our way, but I'm going to help you find the money so then you can hire me to handle your money. Yeah.
Got it.
When we really get clear, right? And that's going to be marketing, finding it on social media, finding those right people. That's going to be doing all your social media. What do you call them? Insta stories and Facebook Live. Sorry, I'm on vacation, right? To go you're having one conversation, but you're hitting 500 people.
Yeah.
If you're serious about building your wealth, if you're serious about buying your dream home, if you're serious about this, here's step 1, step 2, step 3. If you're serious about step 3, step 1 and 2, you can go online and buy the class. But step 3, you got to hire me.
Yeah.
Like, keep paying every conversation, every social media post, every class you do, keep painting the possibility, right? Here's what's possible, but you got to do the work. We all know.
Yeah.
We all know what it takes to get fit. Yes.
Yeah.
We all know the work.
Don't do it.
Right. Well, I'll do it. But there is a percentage of people that will go hire someone to help them do it.
Yeah.
So when you're ready, you're ready. You guys know that, right? When you're ready to lose weight, we've all been there. Like, you just get done. You're like, I am done. Like, I remember seeing a picture like, how come nobody told me my ass got that big? Excuse me. How did that? Like, when you see a picture, you're like, I had no idea. That's not my little butt in reality. Like, okay, gotta get back to the gym. Gotta start eating right. Gotta cut out the snacks. Gotta cut out the Cheetos. I'm gonna be honest, Tina, it was the Cheetos. I like the Cheetos. Peanut butter, Cindy. I love it. So did you guys get value out of that? I'm coaching Bettina, but I'm coaching you to really look at, where am I letting, that's the money that's all around you, that we're not looking at the money that's right in front of you, because it's covered like in dollars, and underneath the dollars is millions, right? And you're like, I don't want $1. I want the millions. Well, we got to sift through that to get to that. Does that make sense? Right? So I want you to really look at, our biggest challenge most of the time is us, right? And not seeing the opportunity, or not playing inside the opportunity. I can't tell you, Charlotte, how many times I do stuff for free just to get the word out there, just to get exposure, just to meet the one, just to meet you, just to meet Jennifer, just to meet Charlene, just to meet Bonita, just to meet Cindy, just to meet Cheryl. Like, the stuff I do so I can get seen, get heard, and then get paid, right? We want to get paid. Doesn't work that way. You got to get seen, you got to get heard, you got to get paid. Like, it is a system. And when you know it's a system, you go, oh, it's a system. And once you have enough of that momentum, right, in the pipeline, then you put one unit of energy in, that's one right event, opens up to get the money to come in, right? But it's all about that momentum that's coming in place. I love it. Okay, anyone else? Any comments? Dr. Delise. Dr. D, who's raising millions. How's that millions coming?
Okay, I couldn't unmute myself. It's coming. That's what I'm claiming. But I don't have a specific question. I just wanted to share my experience to get some feedback and some insight, so I can maximize the summit and get the best out of the summit, so I can stay in action on the next best step.
Yeah.
So what I'm finding is everything is just taking forever and a very long time to do. And I've come to terms, I'm okay with that. It's going to take a long time. But what happens is, when I get to one step, then there's a step that I can't figure out, nor can I find the resources to help me to figure out. So I'm spending weeks and days to figure it out. So I'm doing that. So the bottom line is, I have my business plan. I know what I'm going to do. I know what I do. And my next step is my product. So I have been working on my product, and the product is almost finished. So if things go according to plan, which they will not, I'll finish in 2 months. So when I get to the summit, and another thing that I'm finding.
Oh, so close. Oh. No, it's like, okay. She's gone. And she's gone. She'll come back. Okay, so let me talk about getting prepared for the summit, because I believe that's where she's going, and looking at What do I need to do to be prepared? So here's a couple things you want to do to be prepared. One is I want you to, what are the 5 biggest objectives that you want to achieve in your business, right? So is it more clients? Is it more sales, right? If I need more clients, what do I do for my marketing, right? So, and I don't want just more money. I want to know specifically how much more money, right? Is it events? Is it partnerships? Like, what are the 5 things that if you got out of the summit, you would be so excited, right, to have happen? When you're clear, and when you're crystal clear about what you want, the universe conspires to support you. So when I'm clear about what I want, I do the action and the universe aligns, and what happens is it happens. I don't give myself big timelines, right? So it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to take a long time, right? I'm in charge of that, to go, what do I need to do? Who do I need to be to make it happen? Now I'm following a plan. I'm following my plan. I'm following my system. I'm following what I do. So we make it harder than it needs to be. I need you to hear that. I need you to get that. Because it sounds good. Like, it's like, okay, conceptually I get it, but I need you to get it. Because we are self-sabotaging, right? Even in the language that Helice had, I need you to hear it because you're doing it too. Everything's taking longer, everything's harder, I don't have the resources. So everything is what I don't have, which is fine because we're getting clarity. But I need you to know that those conversations can also stop you. I don't know how to do half the stuff I do. I just do it. Like, I'm the little bumblebee. The bumblebee aerodynamically cannot fly. But does the bumblebee fly? Yes. The bumblebee flies, it gets up and go. But aerodynamically, if you look at scientifically, his body is too fat for its wings. But we know bumblebees fly all the time. So part of it is our mindset. Part of it is our self-sabotage. Part of it is our fear and our limitation of what will I do? How will I do it? It's that craziness inside of our head. Anybody have the craziness inside of your head? Just keep talking to yourself and what if? I don't know what if, just do it and let's see what if. Then let's talk about that what if, right? Let's fall down and go, okay, I fell down and let me get back up. Right? I learned more from falling down than thinking about what I would do if I fell down. Yes? I need you guys to see this, right? Because we're so nervous to get it right and perfect, Dr. Helice. We're so nervous to get it right and perfect, and it will never, never be right or perfect. Look, I'm going to show you something. So 25 years ago, I wrote this very first book. This is the original book. 25 years ago. Look, it's so worn and tattered, y'all. But you want to see something funny? You want to see funny? This is funny. Look at that. Okay, and then this was the second edition, first edition. This is the 10th anniversary edition, right? They're still publishing this book today. Still #1 seller in the industry. Still best-selling book in the industry. This is the 10th edition. 25 years later, when this funny picture of my glamour shot. Is that hilarious? So I just need you to see, Helice, this book had errors in it. This book had my editors, had errors in it. This book, the 10th anniversary, this was 10 years later, this book still had errors in it. I still found errors in it. It's never perfect. People aren't going to agree with you. You're going to say stupid things. I'm going to stutter. I go back and look at videos. I'm like, what? Why did they, Deborah, let me wear that outfit? Why did they let me wear my hair that way? Why? I thought I was cute. I thought I was hot. I thought I was hot, man. That was a really good photo shoot that day. I was like, oh, I look good. I have that 80s hair. So a part of our I got to get it right, got to get it perfect is afraid to say what needs to be said. And I want you to go, I want you to get coaching around it. Like, I have to have my team, my video team say, this is great. My social media team, this is great. I have to trust the people that I hire. I have to trust the people that I hire. And then I got to let it go because my perfectionism, I got to get it perfect, will sabotage me. I wouldn't have anything out right now, right? There's people that, even in GLP, it's an amazing program. Well, did you know you had an error on this page? No, I didn't know. Tell me and I'll fix that. I'm okay, right? I'm over getting up like, oh my God, it's not perfect. Sorry. I had a student tell me, Nicole, you guys know Nicole, right? Nicole, right? Nicole said, Susie, I would not hire you from your website because there's typos. I'm like, dude, why did you not email me that? Why you let me hang out there with typos? That's not my genius. Y'all know I use explanation points after everything, and I spell many different ways because I'm creative. Don't let me hang out there. I'm like, please tell me exactly what needs to be fixed. I'll pay you to fix it. Like, we have all edited it so many times we don't see it. And so I want you to be okay with, it doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be on brand and on target, right? Okay. So that you're saying what needs to be said, and you're putting it out there, right? You're saying it and you're putting it out there. So Dr.
Can I jump back in? Yes, sorry about that. And I agree 100% with everything that you're saying. And I think I cut off when I was saying that everything takes a long time and I don't have the resources. And I agree with what you said. It's all about mindset. But where I got cut off was I said I find the resources and I find a way to do it. So yeah. I'm aware of all of that, and that I don't think that's my particular issue. But the other part that I'm finding is when I read, when I go places, I'm collecting information that I need, but it's information that I need in the future. What I focus more on now is getting the information on my next best step. So I want to know what I need to do or where I need to be going into the summit. So whatever I learn in the summit, I can implement it right now, not next month, but right now.
So right now, your next best step, Dr. Helice, is we need to raise money. That's your next, right? Your business plan is done. Your deck is done. It's beautiful. You need to start talking about it. You need to start having investor meetings. That's your next step.
But not developing a product?
Well, we need money in order to pay for developing the product. You already have the product. You've been doing this for years. So tell everybody what you do, like in a minute or less, right? So that they're on the same page.
Yeah, I have a foundation for underprivileged athletes, and I'm using sport as the platform to help them change the trajectory of their lives. What we do, we sponsor them in showcase games because it's the showcase games where the scouts can see them so they can be seen. The breakdown in the system is my clients cannot afford to get to the showcase game. And if you cannot get to the showcase game, you cannot be seen. If you can't be seen, you can't get the scholarship.
Come on now. That was good, right, you guys? We got that down. That's because she's a global leader and we put her business plan together, right? So pitch deck is done. So you can do both simultaneously, but you got to get out there and start raising money. You got to get out there and start hosting investor meetings, opportunity meetings, where you're talking about going through the pitch deck, talking about what you do, how they can play, how they can be involved. Again, we got to kiss a lot of frogs. You got to, when we were raising money, so we've raised money privately, we've raised money publicly. So there was a lot of kissing. There was a lot of people we had to talk to. There was a lot of dog and pony show we had to do. We had a lot of pitching that we had to do. It's over and over and over and over again. Because when you have the funds, that frees things up differently. And you guys, Dr. Helice, you are ready. You are ready. So yes, you can work on the product simultaneously, but we need the funds, right? Don't distract yourself from the core competency of what we need to do, because the kids got to get to the games. If they can't get to the games, they can't get the scholarship. That in itself is a pitch, right? We were all like clapping for you. If you saw the screen, everyone's going, yay, yay, yay.
I can't see anything on the phone.
Well, we were all clapping for you guys. Clap for again so she gets, I need you to know that. So right now, it's raising money. So when you come to the summit, when you're looking at inside your pitch, there's money all around you. You're either going to use your money or you're going to use somebody else's money. You're going to use your money or somebody else's money. And it could be a friend, a family. It could be partners. It could be sponsors. There's money all around you. So in the summit, you still have to, whatever your product is, even if it's something like this, a nonprofit, there still has to be a business model there. So we're going to really we're going to rate yourself where you are right now inside your business to go, what's missing for me to have a sustainable business model? Sustainable business model. Like, how are we making money? How many of you want to make money? Oh, I need all your hands up. Okay, great.
Oh, yeah.
Now, how many of you, if I said I had an amazing opportunity for you to make 50% on your money, how many of you would be interested in hearing that? Skeptical, but interested, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So our job is to go, how do I have these conversations? People have money they want to invest, Helice. You have to speak their language. You've got to speak their language. It's just like Charlotte, we got to sell the sizzle, not the steak. Sell the sizzle, not the steak. Having the kids' testimonials, really speaking to the result. That's the sizzle. What it's going to do for your community, what it's going to do for the investor, what it's going to do for the sponsor, our model sponsorship, right? Or investors to go, what is the bigger reason? There are some investors that invest for tax write-off. There's some investors that invest for increase of market share. There's some investors that invest because they want to feel good. Find those people and speak their language. Find your client and speak their language. Find your client and speak their language, not your language, their language. I've got to go out into the marketplace and I've got to go talk your language. And then I got to say, come on over here and come see. Come on. And you go, okay, let me see. Let's go find them and bring them home. Then talk about the whole vision of what you're up to and what you're doing. Make sense?
It does. So when I come to the summits, what part should I zone in on that's going to help me accomplish that goal?
I love you. Almost say all of it, right?
Because I know I can't remember everything.
I have weaving it in there. So listen. So I'm going to talk about building a 7 and 9 figure business because we all want 7 and 9 figure businesses. I'm not happy that you do 6 figures. That's a job. That's a job. We need a business that's 7 and 9 figures. Yes? Are we all aligned with that?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
To know, right? So then when Matt's talking about video strategy, because we're all virtual, video strategy, whether it's live or recorded, is imperative that you learn to talk to the cameras if you're talking to me. Talk to the cameras if you're one-on-one. You got to learn to be animated, Dr. Helice. You got to learn to really be an advocate for that student. We can't sit back passive, especially if what you do is disruptive. You have to be just as disruptive. If I teach business is boring. If I was boring, you would not keep showing up for these calls. I'd have to pay you. Yes? So I got to make it funny. I got to make it engaging, but I also have to have a lot of substance, right? Yes? So I need you guys to look at, who am I being? Am I being the change? Am I being the representation of what I want my clients to be? Or am I holding back? Most of us hold back. To go, because we're shy. I know I was shy. Look, I learned to hide. I have 9 kids in my family. I learned to hide. You didn't want to be seen. You didn't want to be heard because you weren't getting paid, right? It was just like, hide, the parents are coming. So the video strategy, really looking at that. When Lee Richter comes on, I need you to be front and center. That woman, Helice. Can you hear me, Helice?
Yeah, I'm getting my pen.
That woman can fund your whole project by what she knows and who she knows. You can't sit back and just wait for people to come to you. You got to go to them.
Mm-hmm.
You got to raise your hand and say, I have this project. I have this opportunity. Ann is a master at it. Ann called me and said, I have this project I want to show you. Here's what it is. So those of you that are in GLP, so Jennifer has her background on, Charlotte can put her background on, right? She created all the little backgrounds for me. Dr. Helice, do you have one too? There's Sam, Zena, right? Charlotte. So I want you to look at, she came to me as a leader to say, how can I get this out there? I'm like, ooh, I want to buy some for my clients. Like, one call, one conversation, that's less sales she has to do. Does that make sense? That's working smart, not hard. Then she just did that with all her other influencers to get the word out. That's working smart, not hard. And not from a place of sales, from a place of service. She came from a place of service. Look what I made for you, Susie. Oh my God, I love that. Oh, here, let me put mine. Oh my God, I love that. Right? How'd you do that? How'd you do that? And then anytime somebody sees it, I'm giving her name, her number out to anyone, like, oh, you need to call my girl, right? So that's one. And then we have this one that we use, right? So I want you to look at, how am I waiting for something to happen versus how am I causing something to happen? Juicy?
And what was her name again? Which one?
Lee.
Which presenter?
Lee Ritker.
Okay.
Now, all of them are amazing. All of them have great content, right? So if I give you the content, let me share my screen so you can see like what the content for the day is, right? The step-by-step plan for a 7- to 9-figure business. This is video marketing. This is your limiting beliefs. How good are you willing to have it? How good are you willing to have it? Because some of us, you're more afraid of your success than you are your failure. And to go, oh, is that me? Where am I stopping myself? Right? A 5-step plan to get more customers. And then are you willing to do the plan? Are you willing to invest in the work? Are you willing, or are you going to sit back and wait? Like, that's a real conversation to go, I have all the information I need. I'm sitting on it. How many of you know you're sitting on it? You know what to do, but you're sitting on some stuff because you're waiting. I don't know what we're waiting for, but we're waiting. Right? Right, Rita? Okay, so then let's see. Access elite players. Everyone that's coming to the summit is up to something and has connections you don't know. Truly, if you think you're 5 people away from who you want to meet, 5 people away to go, oh, who do I need to meet? What relationships do I want to create? What strategic partnerships can I have? Who could be a strategic partner? That would be an intention of mine, is to learn who people are, watch who people are in the summit, and build relationships. Like, you just can't ask Lee to, hey, can you fund this project? You got to build a relationship. Building the relationship is different than asking for something. That's going to her website. That's going to her social media. That's liking her things. That's going to her LinkedIn. That's following her. It's investing time to get the result. But when you find those people, Lisa and I have a 20-year relationship. Police and I have a 25-year relationship. When you find the right people, they're the right people. We have been working together for 25 years. Lisa and I have been working. We keep reinventing our relationship, right? I started out as her business coach, right? Then ran her company. That was not in our trajectory when we met, but it started here at an event. We met at an event, then a lifelong friendship created, right? And we just kept reinventing how we can make money. So the people in the audience are just as important as people who are presenting. Now, here's what I want you to do. Engage. Engage, engage, engage. So on the summit, we're going to engage in the chat box, and we're going to engage on the Facebook group, right? So we can have more people having more conversations. The more you engage, you get seen, you get heard, which then gets what? Mouth it, say it.
Get paid.
Paid. Do not show up in the summit and hide your camera. So Ann and Arcelia and Galaxy, and Shanita and Kathy and 845. We don't get to know you. If we don't know you, we don't want to do business with you because we can't see you. Does that make sense? I'm not calling on Shanita because I can't see Shanita. I don't know if Shanita's paying attention to us or not, right? So block this time out. I promise you. Thank you. Yay, there you are. Yay, thank you.
I was on the phone too, so.
Yeah, okay, good. I need to see you. Right, because we need to see you so we know you, so we know what you do, and that's going to be in the sharing. That's going to be in the Facebook group. I'm not saying solicit. Be clear. I'm not saying solicit. I'm saying share. When speakers ask questions, be the first to raise your hand. Be the first to get the prize. Look, I'm gamifying it for you so you can win prizes. How many of you love prizes? I do. Right? You go, win the prize. Be that obnoxious person. I love the obnoxious person because I need people to share. That's how you're going to get known. That's how you're going to get seen. That's how you're going to get heard. That's how you're going to get paid. We can't be passive. So how to grow and scale your business, create your own economy. So it's hard to say which one, right? Because I built it with a small business in mind. I brought the people with a small business in mind. And I promise you, diamonds will be dropping. There'll be just as many lessons out there as there is in here, right? People will say stuff that you'll have the biggest breakthrough when you least expect it. So my request is schedule your time to be there and be present, physically present, so we can see you and build that relationship with you. Does that make sense, y'all?
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And thank you, Shania and Joe, for both coming so we can see you, because then we get connected, right? Yes, thank you. Okay. As VIP, we're going to do fast cash. So I'm going to do a 2-hour fast cash session. You don't want to miss that, Dr. Julie. How do I get the now money now? Because we need the now money now, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Don't leave money on the table. Don't wait, because we need it now. So where is the money? I know there's money all around me. Let me tap into the money. So I need us to tap into the money, yes? Oh, Gregory's here. Hi, Gregory. Before we just saw your conference room, and now we get to see you. He wasn't there for a while, so welcome. Any other last questions before we wrap? So we do have, and Sam, can you look at the next call that we're having for the Big Money Business Summit? If you're not signed up, you can still sign up. I think we have a couple VIP slots left. I'm not sure. Sam can tell us that. Make sure we're going to engage in the Facebook group and on chat. We do have coaching meetings set up so that you can get coaching on what's next for you. I want you to know that you're going to want to play with us. You're going to want to invest in boot camp or GLP or consulting or the companion product. It's back there, but you can't see because this is fake. The companion product. So I need you to get your money handled. What does that mean? I'm just being straight. And I need you to be straight with your clients. How is your financial health, and how do we get it in order? If we need to get a loan, if we need to get a home equity loan, because you're going to hear something and someone's going to say something that you're going to have to invest in. It may not be me, it may not be a program, but something that you're like, that's the missing link. Because business is like a combination pad, right? If you have 26, 24, 26, and the combination is 28, 42, 28, it's never going to open unless you do that exact combination, yes? That's business. I need you to do the exact combination, and you're missing 1 tick or 2 ticks. That's why you can't open the money, right? Like Charlotte was missing 3 ticks. If she didn't want to work with everybody, and do these events, we just missed all the money. Let's just close the safe. Let's open the safe and then choose who we want to play with, right? Choose, because they'll come to you and you can say no, because we all know all money's not good money. All money's not good money. But what is good is the opportunity to find the right people to come into your tribe so that you can transform them. Yes? Okay, so I want to hear from a couple of you. What's the value? Helice, Sparky, can always count on Sparky. I love that. So Helice, who's 2? Bettina, who's 3? It's my hand. Look, I get confused with my hand. Okay, Dr. Delise. Okay, Sparky, Bettina, and Delise. Oh, you're on mute. Let me unmute you. Helice, you're muted.
I got it.
Okay.
I first want to say that to discover who I be has been elusive to me. It's like I know what I accomplish in the world, but I was called the First Lady of Acknowledgement by a coach of mine years ago, and I couldn't stand into that. It stood way back. How could I be the first of a lady that did that? I just wrote it down, and I went, well, I can be called the Blue Ribbon Lady and everything else, but by God, I am the First Lady of Acknowledgement. And I know about how to bridge the gap between people and bring love to the world. And I don't think that I knew that at the Big Money Summit. I really didn't. I now have produced a lot of results, and I do want to say that what you talk about, speaking on the Facebook Live or whatever, talking all the time. My TikTok, I told you that the Ellen DeGeneres show contacted me out of my TikTok.
TikTok. TikTok.
They were tracking me down and trying to find me, and they couldn't because I don't know how to respond on the ticky-tacky thing. And so they called one of the people that started me on it, Casey Adams. By the way, Casey's 19 years old, and he's world famous for his social media. And he put me on TikTok because we were on a main stage together. And he said, you got to get on this. And they contacted him, and Casey contacted me to say, Ellen DeGeneres wants me on their Game of Games. I said, I'm 78 years young. But when she said the question, I had to do a 1-minute video, which they said was fantastic. And then in the video, they said, and what would you do with the $100,000 if you're a winner? And I said 2 things. I said, I would put a down payment on my house, and I would have 50,000 kids learning how to love people because I know how to teach them how to do that. And I just wanted you to know that I get clarity, and also I just sent you a slew of acknowledgments about how I connected. The last thing I'm going to say is a shout out to Walker, because Walker is in Global Leaders, but she ordered a bag of blue ribbons for $20, and something pulled me to call that person up. I saw it coming through, and I would have never done that. And I called her to say thank you for making a difference for 100 people. And she said, I know you. And I said, how do you know me? And she said, you were on Susie's, what do you call it, podcast? What do you do? Big Money.
Make It Rain.
Yeah, and Make It Rain. And she said, and I said, what do you do? And she said, I'm an actor. And I said, oh my God, I'm writing a musical. I need help with the character builder. Not only has she done that and helped me with the launching of everything that we're doing for our 1 billion people being honored, but it was because Susie gave me the gift of reaching out and asking for help, and we have now an ability to not only raise $1 billion, and I own that sucker now. I swear I own it, and I love it, and I'm smart, but we have all the grounding work, and it's taken a couple months to do that. I just want to shake hands with everybody and say, hey, it comes from God, and it comes from doing the work. Yeah. I've been doing the work, so I just want to say thank you for that.
You have been in radical action.
Yes.
Radical action. Helice is the living example of what you think about, you talk about, what you talk about, you bring about. Yes. And so in her segment, Dr. Helice, what you think about, you talk about, what you talk about, you bring about, this woman creates miracles. Like when I was a naysayer when I first met her, I told her to slow her roll. She was like, I'm not slowing my roll. So she is just a gift. So thank you. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of it. It's fun to watch. And it's fun that you are just in the element of you, not pretending to be anything else but who you are. Like people have tried to change her for years. You need to be more serious. Even me, right? She was going to rent some office space with me. And she's like, if I rent this office space, I want to bring my clown picture. I'm like, no, you're not bringing your clown.
That's right.
No. She goes, well, then I can't rent the space. I'm like, you're not going to come in an office because you can't bring your clown? Yes, the clown makes me happy.
That's the truth.
Oh, okay. Like whatever, right? So she's been consistent to, people think she's kooky, but she brings more love, more hope, more possibility, more transformation in a minute or less. Like that's power. You are the first lady of acknowledgement. So I acknowledge you and thank you. Proud of you. Miss Bettina, what was the value?
So something I've heard you say many, many times, but landed today, about the tongue in your mouth and tongue in your shoe going in the same direction. Yeah. It landed today because I was able to receive the coaching that you gave me, but I feel like I was able to receive it today among all the other times I've witnessed you and been in your presence and watched you on stage and things like that. The reason I was able to receive it today is because my tongue in my shoe matches the tongue in my mouth now, finally.
Yes.
It, and I believe that everything is going to come after that because I've been doing the work over the last 6-7 months of making sure that who I am in private matches what I'm talking about. Like I'm living the life that I'm teaching now.
Yes.
and more so than ever. So that was the big value for me. And I appreciate you for that.
Oh my God, that's juicy. Thank you. You don't realize how much that stuff stands in your way, right? And when you start seeing it in other people, and it doesn't have to be big, right? The degree of your aliveness is to the degree of your integrity.
Right.
And your integrity is big and small. And, and we're always out of integrity in some way or shape or fashion by saying something silly or being, ignorant to something or but to go, I'm always in works of cleaning that up. Rita said it in our 30-minute call. She goes, I met you, I don't know, 7 years ago or however many years ago. It was 2013, however many years ago that was. She goes, and I knew I needed you then, but I didn't take action then. And I see now, I've watched you be consistent. I watched who you are, perfectly imperfect, right? Saying silly stuff, but just being committed to love and grace and transformation in finances in your business. And to go, that speaks loudly to go, let's not wait that many years to take action. Let's not wait that many years to cause change. Just own that I'm imperfect, right? That one of my business coaches, Doug Carter, said to me, because money's scary and talking about money to people. And then you get CPA. I'm not a CPA. I'm not an accountant. I'm not official.
Financial advisor.
I'm not official. I'm a rogue entrepreneur trying to figure this out. And he goes, just tell people that.
Yeah.
Well, the difference is I have a lot of answers. I don't have all the answers, but I do know the answers I don't know. I have a tribe and a community that I can call upon, right? I'm not an expert in racial diversity, but I know Charlotte is. I know Helice can help with that. I don't have to be. I just look at my tribe and my community and go, where's the answer? And it's okay that I don't know the answer.
Right.
That's the power, is to go, not my expertise, but I got team, right? I know enough to guide you to do it, whatever it is. And then you got to hire somebody.
Another thing I remember when we were at Speaking Right, and when Zena got her big gift from you that day, that no one in the audience knew but me was I watched her clean her back room for the year before that moment happened. So she was positioned to receive.
Yes.
She had done the work for a year prior.
Yes.
So, there's something to this, and it just made me really, really get in line to live the life that I teach about. Not just teach it because you know it, but teach it because you've experienced it. Teach it because you live it. Teach it because you've been where they are, and here is where you are now, and it's not the same place.
Wow, that's awesome. Big round of applause.
Thank you.
Dr. Helice?
The value I found was being able to kind of narrow down my focus in the summit. This is my third summit. And in all three summits, well, other two summits, it's a lot of information that's very valuable, and you need like literally everything. And knowing that I can't implement everything right away, knowing where I need to focus on or who I need to listen to with an extra ear to take my next best step, that was helpful. Because as I shared, I find myself just collecting information. I feel like I'm a hoarder of knowledge, and then when it's time to use it, it's like, okay, what year did I write that in? What year was that in? So this was very helpful, being able to know where to zone in on, but still listen to all the information and all the presenters. That's helpful. That was the
that's a beautiful distinction. So I want each of you to know, what do I need next? Right, that's the 5 objectives. What's the next? Because I promise you, if you're clear, we can get it handled. We can get it handled. It doesn't have to take long, right? You raise your hand, you ask for what you need, and I may not know, but somebody will know.